Hey, everybody. Hey. Happy Faithful Friday. Happy Hour Friday. I know I'm doing this a little early, but Sister Girl got things to do. So while I'm here at this time having a little bit of peace and quiet, I thought I'd come here live and do it with you all live. Okay, so I'm getting out my goodies so we can start. And then rock and roll. Okay. All right. So, welcome to our virtual vision board, New Year, New Me challenge. So, if you're new to me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Lauren Mathis Cornish. I'm the owner of Love Story Mobile Winery, and I am a wine business owner. I'm also a traveling business owner, and I also just recently became a partner with Farmacy lifestyle. And as you all know, if you are new, never heard about Farmacy before, Farmacy is a health, wellness, and beauty and skincare wellness line. And they, like I said, they are all about skincare, health care, health and wellness, and also beauty care, wellness. And so I am excited because I recently joined partnership with them. And today is our start for the amazing new year, new me challenge. Now, let's talk about the importance, why this is important for me, okay? I have been going through a time for, 2023, 2024, 2025. And those were the times of lesson, trial, tribulations, and also tests. And I feel with confidence in my spirit that 2026 is my new year of restarting all over and also action and elevation. And so this new year, new me, this year's new me, new year, new me, and new money challenge is about renewing yourself from the inside out, renewing yourself mentally, renewing yourself spiritually, renewing yourself emotionally, renewing yourself physically, renewing yourself and also renewing yourself financially. This is not a resolution, but this is also a restart. This is a restart and an elevation. And so with this, I have joined the challenge of, coming to you all, showing you all my journey of how I am reinvesting back into me and taking care of my health and wellness, my beauty and wellness, looking deep within and building myself from the outside, and also showing you all how I built my business. Okay, so this is going to be the inner and the outer work, and we're going to talk about all the things that we're going to be doing with this challenge as well. But the first things first, a part of my first challenge was doing a vision board for myself. Now, a vision board is so important to me. A vision board for the visionary, for the creative, and just for people, everyday people, period. I believe in creating vision boards to help you see your goals visually and accomplishing them and knocking down each and every goal that you have. When you there's a Habakkuk 2:2. It says when you write it down, when you write the vision down and you make it plain, it will come to life. And so that is what we're doing today. And so I'm only going to be working with this one. This magazine, we're going to be working outside of this magazine, and we're also going to be having some piece of paper. I have a green poster board. I actually got 5 poster boards because I'm doing this one as a business, and then I have some other ones for me and my children to do our vision boards together. And and do our vision board together because we also have a vision board we're doing for our school life, because you all know I'm a homeschool mama as well. So I went ahead and got us scissors, book, not paint, glue, and markers, okay? And so the vision board that we're doing is what I am planning out for the entire year. Where the vision that I see that I'm going to lay down and I'm going to make happen with God during this year. Okay? So my vision of what I have for myself is I plan on number one, taking care of my mental health. Your mental health is essential. Your mental health is your lifeline. When you are not when you are not sound in mind, and when you don't take care of all of that and release, guess what happens? That operates and that actually shows up in each and every aspect of your life. Let me explain something to you. I went through the deepest, darkest depression last year. I went through a whole lot of things, and I'm still coming out of it as we speak. And I know that when I put things into vision and when I focus and have a vision board to look at, to remind me of my goals, to remind me of the things that I gotta accomplish, I know what I gotta do. So, with that being said, how do you take care of your mental health? There is therapy. I've been in therapy for 17 years. I am now searching for a new therapist in our area because we have moved away from we moved. So looking for being active and looking for a new therapist. Also, I've joined caregivers groups, okay, and marriage enrichment groups as well. Also, what takes care of my mental health is being active. How am I showing up and being active in my space? Me being active meaning how am I taking care of my body? Now, when you are active and when you are walking, when you are working out and walking does amazing wonders for your mental health. Walking brings clarity. It clears out all of the confusion and the trauma, the nonsense, the stress. It clears it out, and it also invites, like when you're walking, it also gives time for you to be focused and allow the higher source in to have a conversation with you to help you reach your vision and your goals. Okay, it gives you the tools, it gives you the guidance. So that's how your physical. Also, taking care of my health, amping up on my vitamins, making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do and take myself to the doctors and take care of my health. Also, watching what I put in my mouth, okay? I'm plant-based, all right? I've been plant-based now for 9 years. And yes, actually 9 years this year. I've been plant-based. And so also dedicating myself into making, trying to make sure I stay out of, dedicating myself as far as not ordering the wrong things from DoorDash, okay? Also, I'm working on cooking food, plant-based food in my home. Also eating the right fish that has protein and also has, omega-3s and all of those good things inside of me, inside of my body. Also taking my vitamins. Also, also resting. Also finding joy in myself. Also tapping into my passions. Those are how you take care of yourself. Okay? And so, with that being, and so also being active and taking care of my skincare. Listen, I am 44. Okay? I just turned 44 last month. And I am seeing that the girl is changing, okay? And so I want to be as healthy and as youthful and as, firm, fine, and as long as I can be. And so, and so I'm going to be tapping into my skincare, my oral care. I had Hypermeet subscriber dorm with 6 of my children. I will admit that they destroyed my teeth. And so I'm going to be doing, like I said, a full health care journey on myself. And I encourage you all to come along with me. This journey is right on time for me because it really gets to reset myself and also reset my goals and reset what I am I'm going to be making not the promises that I made and the goals that I made. This year is about action, and and when I feel good and when I look good, right? When you feel good and you look good, it attracts you to the right things. It attracts you to wealth. It attracts you to abundance. And it attracts you to having great businesses. And that is what great business experiences and building a great business. And that is what I'm planning on doing. So right now we're going to open up our notebook, right? I mean, we're going to open up, not the notebook, but we're going to open up our binder. So we're going to talk about all the things that I am going to be doing for 2026. So in my business, I already have down the goals. What goals? And I actually have all of my goals. I started my vision board actually a couple weeks ago, but this is like what I'm putting down. And so in my workbook, I have written down my goals, what I have for myself. Okay. So in my vision board, right here. Hold on. Yep, right here. Habakkuk 2:2. Write it down and make it plain. And so here are the things that I said I am going to do in my business, okay? It says I will in my business, my wine business, I will market my wine business and also market my health and market all my businesses. And tap into outsourcing my business, meaning I will be, booking and doing more pop-up shops and vendor experiences. Again, I have to understand that everybody don't know me in the DMV Baltimore area, right? And so in order to get to know me, in order to get to know my business out there, I have to be active and join more join more vendor spaces and doing pop-up shops. And so I have for myself, for my business, for all of my businesses, for the breakdown, my wine business, right? What are my goals for my wine business? My wine business is that I plan on this year doing up to 12 tastings, okay? 12 tastings a month, okay? 12 tastings a month is my goal, okay? And so as I look into the magazines, you pick and you choose whatever picture in the magazine to put on your vision board that you're going to that suits your idea, okay? And so here we are. I'm in the wine tasting business. I'm in the homemaking, the hospitality business, and the hosting business, right? Here it is. First and foremost, what do they have in here for me? They have exclusive escapes. They have hotels in here. I'm in the traveling business. I specialize in staycations and also mixing into Black history and things like that, and romantic staycations. You all know, when I first started out being an entrepreneur, I started out, as a marriage enrichment coach, right? And so weekend getaways is one of me and my husband's favorite things to do. And that's how we have date nights and how we spend the time with each other. So I'm going to cut the hotel out. Okay. I want to go well, and that's on the listening. Well, that's on the traveling business side, but all this magazine has each and everything that I want in my business. So like heading down, you cut this out. You see, if you want to go on a cruise, you cut that out, right? You see hotels in here, right? And see if you have a bar. You all know I started out having a backyard wine bar. That's still a vision of mine, because you all know that we moved, and we do our business outside of our community bar in our home, and we also do in-home wine tastings. But I want my own in-home wine bar for my next house that I'm planning on getting in June 2026. Okay, and so here's the bar. Okay, what type of car do I want? The car that I want, and my favorite type of cars are Hummers. I love me a good old itty bitty bug, a Volkswagen Bug. I've always loved those cars. I also love me a good Rolls Royce. A Bentley Rolls Royce. Also, I said Hummer and also Jeeps. Those are my also. I want to get me a Mercedes truck. Okay, a Mercedes truck that fits. I think it's what 10 or 12 people because I got a big family. So that is what I'm looking for. And look at that. Here's boating and yachting. Like I said, as you all know, with my wine business, the first thing that I want to get off the ground is doing more in-home wine tastings. Also, like I said, the vendoring spaces. Also, building back up my wine tours. As you all know, we started wine tours on buses, and also making sure they get off the ground. Finally, getting off the ground and doing a wine tasting on the yacht experience. A wine tasting with the boat experience. So yes, that is the plan that I have. Okay. Also for my beauty care, for my skincare. What am I planning on doing as far as my skincare? How am I going to be taking care of my hair, my nails, the inside of my body, going to the doctors, making sure I stay on foot with that. Okay. So also, the type of house that I want, as I just told you all, and I've been telling you all, my goal is this year is to move inside of a new home for me and my family. And what is that house going to look like? What do I envision for that space to look like? So that is what we're going to be doing here. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing here and doing today. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to write down, and I'm going to put on this side, underneath, that I plan on having 12 tastings a month. Okay? That is the plan for me. I'm also planning on having, now when I do these tastings, experiences, if you are in the home, because like I said, we still do in-home wine tastings. We're bringing those back. We starting out from the beginning, okay? So we'll be doing vendoring, my vendoring opportunities. I'm planning on see if I can knock out 3 a month. The max goal is 3 a month. So I'm going to write this on here, okay? And so max goal is 3 vendor pop-up shops a month. And then we said 12 in-home, corporate, clubhouse, tastings, events a month. Okay. How am I going to build and attract and also partner with businesses, meeting with them at vendor spaces, also opening up my business to partner with other businesses to when I am at the clubhouse or I'm at a pop-up destination space where it's just me having a wine tasting. What I plan on doing is, as I always did, invite vendors in to set up shop and serve your food, serve your goods, and sell your goods to the people. Okay. How am I going to market my business? Again, vendoring my business, and also upping the ante on posting. And not only posting in different social media avenues, but also partner, and also sending them to other social media and doing ads that way, but also using my feet, using my going on social media, also marketing my business here, doing content creating, and also beating my feet and going outside and making my flyers and posting my flyers and getting my business out there. That's how you do it. So that is what I'm doing, and that is what we're writing down. Okay, so also content creating. how often am I going to be content creating? I am going to be working on doing batch. There is going to be now. I will say this: I will commit to. I'm committing to do at least one live a day, but I will also do batch content creating videos. So because I'm gonna be like I said, I have number one. Well, these are the goals that I have. I still am going to get those wine bags, that my wine bags up off the ground. That is going to happen this year for 2026. I am a mom of 7, and I homeschool 5. So that's our main priority as a family. I can't do anything else unless I do take care of these kids. Okay, so homeschooling and taking care of my kids, that's a priority. Okay, then it is also with, like I said, with my traveling business, going to more meetings, okay, going more to the travel parties, creating travel parties as well. Again, going back to vendoring. I already just told you I'm going to be doing vendoring for all of my, at least 3 times a month for my business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. In order to get my business out there as an entrepreneur, I have to participate in more vendor opportunities. So that is how I'm going to be working that. Okay, so also, as you all know, I just released and I told you all about the Dining with the Ancestors experience. I'm trying to create an experience where outside of the social media world, but also doing this with social media, meeting new people and having a wine tasting or a tasting experience and talking about Black history and teaching Black history and honoring our ancestors and teaching about how they built this nation and how we continue to, as they pass the torch on to us down the line with generations, how we keeping them alive and what are we doing our part to make sure that the next generation has something that we can give them. You see what I'm saying? And thinking of, there's nothing wrong with nepotism, okay? Thinking of the nepotism opportunity that we can give to our children as Black and Indigenous people. So that is my goal for that. So as I told you, I just posted about that. So I'm going to add that on there. So put how many days am I going to how many times a month am I going to do that? I am expecting at least twice a month. That is what I can give of myself of these. Now, I would love for these to be done on Saturdays, but also dedicate this time and doing it on Wednesdays as well, and maybe airing it on Wednesdays. I'm thinking of either airing it on Wednesday nights or Sunday nights, okay? But the first one that we're trying to make happen is January 24th. Okay, I'm not January 24th, January 25th. Okay, so we're gonna put 2 dining with the ancestors a month. Okay. All right. And also, advertising my wine store. As you all know, I have a wine store, and we are open every single day of the week. You all can buy wine and stemware and all of those good things on my website, www.wineshopathome.com/Lauren Mathis. Or you can go to Love Story Mobile Winery on Instagram.com. So Instagram.com, Love Story Mobile Winery. And you can click on the link there and order wine. We deliver wine straight to your front door. We are licensed in 47 states along with Washington, D.C. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So, as I was saying, yeah. So, these will be 2 times a month, okay? So, that is what I'm dedicating for myself, okay? So, and then when I come down here, what am I going to do for traveling, right? What am I going to do for my traveling business? As I told you all, for my traveling business, I'm going to commit to 2 I'm going to commit to 2 times a month going to well, no, we're going to do, actually, no. I think, no, we're not. Let's scratch that. Okay. We're going to do 5 traveling parties. A month. Also, I'll be advertising my traveling business to you all. I will take you to like I said, as I introduced to you all last year when me and my husband was doing staycations. Again, I specialize in staycations and also going to historical sites. And so, dining with the ancestors is also a part of this because I'll be traveling with my business, and I will be going and visiting I'll be going and visiting black and also indigenous historical landmarks and businesses, and teaching history of our ancestors. So we're going to put that down, okay? And how many times do I commit that I am going to travel this year? I am committing to this year because this all ties into my wine business, right? It taps into my traveling business, and also my excuse me, my healthcare business as well. Okay, and so how many times am I going to travel for myself? I am planning on at least a month or a year. Let's do like traveling. Where am I traveling to go? Where am I planning to go? All right. So on here I have for the places that I want to go for 2026. So of course we know that I'm going to Orange County and Louisa County, that is in Virginia. Okay. So I'm actually looking for a Airbnb at Lake Anna. I think I have this perfect space, and we're looking for that. Also, going to the Langston Hughes house, and having an event with them there. And so that is New York, visiting Harlem. I'm also, my husband, I forgot, he didn't say Vegas. He wants to go to Louisiana. And so Louisiana is near and dear to my heart because I have ancestry in Louisiana. And so we are, and I'm going to actually take the time and meet with family in Louisiana. And I'm also going to be covering historical sites and historical places there. And also seeing while I'm there, doing a vendor experience as well. Also, another place that we are planning on going is Phoenix. Phoenix, Arizona is actually on my bucket list. Going outside of the country, praying that the forces may stop the foolishness of the world. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to South Africa. I had a vision that I will be there by 2025, but we know 2025, it had me by my hair. Okay, it gave me a couple bald patches, but I'm here, and we winning this year. So, that experience, Egypt is still on the list. I want to go to the Bahamas. The Bahamas is, the first time I went to the Bahamas, I really did not enjoy it that much because it was super duper hot, and I think that we went at the wrong time, and also I was just young, and I'm not a fan of god awful heat. I'm not a fan of the cold, and I'm not a fan of god awful heat. Okay, and so during the time of the season, it was also tropical. So, not going during the tropical season. I have to remind myself that not going through the tropical season, but going during a good time of the year. So I'm going to the Bahamas. If I can go to Cuba, Cuba is also on my list as well. I would love to visit Havana, and also learn about the Afro-Indigenous culture there, Latina culture, Afro-Cuban culture there. So that is a goal on my vision board. Okay, South Africa, going to Tanzania, visiting Tanzania, going to the first, my goodness gracious, the first vineyard that has been found in Africa, and that was, oh my, and when I say it's old, it's old. It's older than Christ. Okay, and so you know how they say Christ was born, born 2,000 years ago. Well, this is way before that. Okay, I think it's like 5 or 6 thousand years BC, if I can remember. But yeah, that is on my bucket list. So I'm going to write all of these things down, okay? And also, where are my other places to plan on going? I plan on going to California. I also have, so California, Miami, Jacksonville, Florida. Also, Georgia. Georgia is on my list. I'm actually planning on doing releasing and doing a wine and train experience. As y'all know, I was trying to do the wine and train spirits in California, but this is, with all the, like I said, this is closer. This is 6 to 8 hours away, in Cordell, Georgia. So, I've already called and see if I am going to be announcing, that opportunity in that trip, really, really soon. And that is in May. It's May 2nd. Is when I have it. So we have a selection down for those dates. For that event. And like I said, going to Texas. Also going to my wine convention this year. As you all know, one of the goals that I set intention in my business is going to wine camp, going on wine convention. That is on my goal. So I'm going to write that also down here as well. Going to wine convention. Okay. Then we have and then also our traveling, our traveling convention. My traveling business has a convention. Okay. And so I plan on going to the traveling convention. And that is July 30th through August 2nd, 2026. Okay? So you write your dates down. You write your goals down. You write all of the things that you have in your calendar to do. Also, with my skincare business, right? You're going to write down over here about my skincare business. Put this over here. Here. Put skincare convention. Okay, and that is in Miami. And they have one that is coming in Turkey. Turkey is on my bucket list as well. I love Turkey. Turkey. Also, like I said, Egypt. Dubai is on my list as well. Okay, and so I'm gonna put where do I plan on traveling? I'm putting I am traveling to, we have Virginia, we have New York, we have Louisiana. I do plan on something is pulling me to go to South Carolina for my husband's family. Okay. We are putting Arizona. We are putting Texas, California, Georgia, did I put New York? Yes, I did. Also, Philadelphia, Delaware, we put Egypt, Turkey, Bahamas, what else did we say? Cuba, Turks and Caicos, um, Ibiza. Well, you know what? We'll wait on that one. But yes. So these are the places that I plan on. Let's put South Africa. I do want to go to Morocco. And yes, okay. Wait a minute. Do I have? Oh, I forgot to put down Miami, Jacksonville. Jackson. Is that what I said? All I said? Yes, it was. Okay. So those are Florida. Okay. So that is where I plan on going. Also, healthcare. How am I going to take care of my health, right? Taking care of my health is making sure I schedule my doctor's appointments and sticking to my doctor's appointments, okay? Doing my doing my mammograms, okay? So I'm going to write all this down here. We're going to make sure we get our mammograms done. And and for me, because I've read up a lot, and also with me having a little teeny tiny medical background, somewhat of doing a little bit of schooling, I understand that having a sonogram as a form of a mammogram is actually best. Okay. Okay. Here's a challenge for me that I'm going to also admit to you all. My hair health care. That is very important to me. Okay. Also, me being perimenopausal. Okay. The fluctuation of it all. How do I care and make sure and care for my body during this time? So we're going to put perimenopause on here, right? How to be able to successfully tackle and win with perimenopause. Also, committing to walking, as I told you. Walking on the times that our friend that comes and visit us, on the time that doesn't come, we will be walking every single day. Okay? So walking. Now, I don't mind. Okay, so it's the winter time. So it may be different. And so I will commit to walking once a day during the winter time, because let me explain something to you. I also got other health issues, and I'm in my 40s, and sometimes the cold can lock you up in some places that you don't want to be locked up in. So I understand that. I identify with that. And I know with the part of taking care of my body is also taking care of it with care. So walking, stretching, daily. Okay? So if you can walk 1 time a day, good. I usually in the springtime, between the spring and the fall, I usually amp my walking up to twice a day. Okay? That is what is actually helping me. I started my weight loss journey. I started my weight loss journey in the summer of 2024. I have a whole lot that we still got to work on. Because perimenopause also does a thing too. So, Um, so working on my weight loss journey. How much weight do I want to lose on my weight loss journey? I am committing to at least, my goal will be, that might be a little too small. I'm going to put it like this. 60 pounds. I want to get down. I want to have a 60-pound weight loss. I think that I can do. I know I can do 60 pounds by June 2026. Okay. Also, my skincare and healthcare. Finding me a dentist that is closer to me. We found a holistic apothecary that is locally here. And so put in visiting. An apothecary. Okay, because I'm into holistic healing as well. Also, how do I market my health and wellness, and also my beauty care line? How do I do that? Find your way into the beauty industry. How do you do that? Vendoring. Again, vendoring. With each business that I have, I should, like I said, make one weekend for 1 day out of the weekend for a traveling event, right? I mean, for a wine event. Then here for a traveling event. Then do an event do a pop-up shop at a vendoring experience. Okay. Also doing health and wellness meditations and mimosas. If you all remember, I started out meditation and mimosas. That was 2024 is when I started out meditation and mimosas. I've been trying to bring it back slowly but surely. Y'all got to give me some time because I know we moved. But we are planning on bringing meditations and mimosas where we are now. Okay, so let's put down meditations and mimosas. Bring that back. Also, pamper parties, pajama parties. How many of those a month do I plan on having? There's how many days in a month? There's 30 days in a month. Sometimes it's 31 days, right? Only on February do we have a short month. So that, with that being said, how many days am I committing to having events for my traveling business? I gave you all 12 for my wine business. I'm going to commit to 10. We can do 10 pamper parties. I'm going to say 10 to 12. A month, okay? And over here, with my traveling business, our goal is to do 10 over here. Okay? Also, with my health and wellness line, partnering and seeing if I could put my partnering with or seeing if I could be a distributor with spas, whether you are a full-on service spa, a nail care spa, also facials, dermatologists, a plastic surgery places, those type of places get also hair care, with cosmetologists. So that's how you market your business there. Okay, so that is partnering and distributing. In spas, salons, and there you go. Okay? And so with this, an intention, like I said, I had going to the convention up here, okay? And so also, what am I planning on doing with my business? So we will have meditation. And a part of the New Year, New Me challenge is that we're going to start meditating. I meant to do it this morning, but my baby girl, she's not feeling well at the moment. So our nights can be a bit, touching with that. But I am going to definitely start committing tomorrow, because I wanted you all to hear it from me. To start committing tomorrow of doing meditations in the morning. I believe that, of course, we all know as mothers, right? We love to sleep in and all those good things. But I think that if we commit at least an hour of our time in meditation and having a time, alone time with the Most High and the Creator, and setting our intentions and setting our day with ease, focus, and just being one with self and also the Creator, that will help us with the day. So I want to say 7 in the morning, and by committing, I'm going to be setting my alarm for 7 in the morning every morning. So 7 a.m. meditation. Okay? And 7 a.m. meditation. Meditation doesn't have to last that long. I think that our meditation period in time, because of course we have to remind ourselves this is going to be every single morning. I know in the mornings we are busy with our babies, right? In the morning, with whether you're homeschooling or you're regular schooling, I know as a mom, that is our time where we're getting at 7 o'clock in the morning, we up getting our babies rested, ready, and also in the working, we're getting our babies up and ready for the day. Also, we have to work on our go to work. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, taking at least 15 minutes of our time to, we'll say 15 minutes, right? 15-minute meditation is what we would do. Okay, it doesn't have to be long. All right. Also, there's actually, I'm gonna put travel with my wellness business. I'm going to put 3 times a year. That's what I am committing to at this time until my business gets planted. So 3 times a year. Okay. With my traveling business, because I plan on going to these places and also working in both fields. Like I said, traveling. How many places did we put down here of going? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, child. We got all these places to go in 365 days. Well, less than 365 days. But it's what, the 9th now, almost the 10th. Tomorrow's my granddaddy's birthday. So, yeah. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. So how we gonna make that happen? We gonna work it out, okay? We gonna definitely work this out. All right. So and also I have to get ready for college tour with my daughter. So that is also on the traveling list as well. So, so that is what I'm doing for me. Also, what am I going to take care of for my, okay, so as far as spa care, right? I already go to, okay, so I'm getting back into the habit of doing 2 spa days a month. Okay, that is essential for my health care. Okay. I already have done in this. Okay, finding a new GYN. Right? And doing it that way. Okay. So, also let's get to cutting. Okay. So, what are the hotels and okay. So I also like Lexus cars. So I'm gonna put, what type of car do I want? I want a Lexus truck. I do want that. If they have a Lexus truck that could fit 10 people in my car, kudos. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the home that I want. I've been going back and forth with this, of what type of home that I want, and God is still working on me on this vision of what I want, right? All right, so I'm going to cut over here for my dining experiences, for my wine tasting experiences, and home parties, right? I'm cutting. Okay, here we go. All right, so I have so far. I have a picture. Y'all forgive my nails. They popped off. I'm trying to look for where, because we're going to put them back on. Anywho. All right. So, here we are. So, I have a picture of a tablescape. You all know I love a good tablescape. There's a picture of a hotel. Okay. Okay. Here's a home bar. As you all know, I'm starting to deck out my home bar at home, and also building. Oh shoot, should have this. You know, a home-based business. That's how my business is, a home-based business. I do home parties. Okay. So we get that under control. So I'm going to cut all this out. All of this is going to be on my board right here. Okay. So I'm cutting all of that out right here. So as you all see, the mashed potatoes, you know, home cooking. We also have the Christmas tree, and there's the chair, and it's, you know, a bar. So a home, you know, the home bar like I have. Okay. So then we're going to cut this right here. Wow. This is wild. Okay, I was not expecting this. All right, so, okay. Let's see. We'll put that right there. As I'm cutting and opening this up and didn't realize, it's saying Bowie House. Okay. I live in Laurel right now. I'm trying to figure out where I would love for our new home to be. I do want to stay in Laurel, but you know, we live on Bowie Road. Okay. So, also here's the, oh, got to cut this out. Okay. So the hotel. Okay. Cutting out the hotel. Here we go. For my hotel. Okay. So that is that. Also, it has a bar. It's connected to this. Also, it it has a huge yacht experience. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture that has a small yacht on it. They also have another picture of wine and an event all dressed up. They have that in here as well. I do want to go on a cruise. I do want to go on a cruise, but with the waters being the way that it is right now, with, you know, all that's going on in the world, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Okay? You know what? I'm not going to we're not going to allow fear to stop our goals. That's also going to be on our list, because sometimes with trauma, and I know with me when dealing with trauma, I will stop what I'm doing, right? So I'm going to put on here, we are going to do a cruise. Okay? And we're going to get, did I put that down? Okay, on my wine, doing the wine bus and boat tours, bringing those back. Okay, I have that there. Okay, that's all right. And then it goes into homemaking. What do I envision as my home? Because my home is my business. That's your first business as a woman, is your home, right? So home is my business. So how do I want my home to operate? How do I want my home to look? What type of home do I want? Me and my husband, we have talked about what type of home that we want. I know that he said he wants a ranch style. We're interested in a ranch style. Well, either a luxury penthouse, you know, apartment, even though that's not, I don't think that's what God has. I don't know. We're still praying on what God has for us. But okay. Also having like he wants a ranch style. I love a Victorian style home. I love homes that have a wraparound porch. I always wanted a wraparound porch. I do want to put in my backyard, you know, rebuild the backyard wine bar experience. That's what I have envisioned for my home. Also putting a sauna back there. Putting the backyard bar back there. That's the vision that I have, and that's what we're gonna have. So going back to the basics of how we started out. Also, this is a beautiful living room. You see how gorgeous this is? Talking about my home and what I want for my home. So, use also a kitchen. Look at this kitchen. This is an amazing kitchen. I would love to have a kitchen. Actually, this is my dream kitchen right there. Right here. That is actually my dream kitchen. Okay. I would love to have a chef-style kitchen. A modern chef-style kitchen. So so the goal is to cut out what we would love to bring and see into our lives. And when you put this on your wall, to make your vision come to life, each and every month you work towards your goals. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right. So I'm also going to start doing at least a month cleanse every single month, meaning, and I'm going to put this down on my health and wellness, right? So it's a 1 week out of the month. I'm going to put this 1 week out of the month. We would do you can call it a fast or a cleanse, okay? And so To me, that is just eating a smoothie, in a raw diet. So you can do like fruitarian, you can do a salad, and also smoothies, all of that. And I mean, well, that type. Well, or doing a smoothie cleanse, meaning only eating smoothies and drinking juice and organic juice. You could actually make your own juice and your own and drinking water, and fasting from anything else. Okay, so meaning no store-bought juice unless it is an organic juice, and it doesn't have all of those negative sugars and additives into you. And then so that, and so doing that. So let's have this down there. So it will be so a week of nothing but smoothies, water, organic juice. Okay? And we will do, and I'm going to be adding in some, I know at this moment I am 189, okay? That's how much I weigh right now, okay? With going all the way down to 60 pounds, so 129, 130. Is my goal. So I'm going to put right here 129, 130 weight goal. Okay? That's what I have for myself. Okay? Okay. So I don't know why the internet is going in and out, but yeah, so that is what we're doing. So I'm going to be placing, I'm cutting all the good stuff out, right? And then I am going to be placing, so let's see how we can and so we're going to put Southern Living on here and planning. We're going to put Travel Planner. Okay. That's in here. So put Travel Planner. Okay. Also cut out those, don't be afraid to cut out the letters as well. That's a part of your vision board. Here on here, it says plan your next trip with, right? I'm going to put this down. Plan your next trip with. Also, you can also book trips through me. In my traveling business, do you all know that you all can plan trips with me? I can set up the amazing and actually amazing events and also traveling experiences with you. I kind of want to specialize. Well, I know not kind of, my niche and who I want to market my business to is to couples and also girls trips as well, and sister trips. Here is another one, crystal coasting, right? Boats. As I just told you all, I have a plan of. I told you all about the we're going to get back into our wine tours on the boats, but we're also, I've been trying to get it off the ground for some time now. But in the springtime, I am by any means necessary planning to bring the wine tasting on the harbor experience. So I'm tearing this out for the wine tasting on the boat experience. Okay. I'm going to also cut off coasting. Crystal coasting. Okay. Now, they talk about slopes. I don't do slopes because I have, my health issues. Also, they have horses. Oh my gosh. This is right on time. Also doing wine tasting and horse trails is what I also have on my vision board as well. And also getting me a horse. I do want to get new. I do want to have a horse. Reminds me of my granddaddy. My granddaddy used to take me horseback riding all the time when I was a little girl. So having that, putting that. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. This is horses on the beach. Oh, talk about a time. Okay. Let's cut this out. Hold on. Okay, so here's the horses and the beach. This vision board is about to look so good, y'all. I'm so excited. What else? What else can we put on here? Actually, to be honest, this is the perfect house to me. Yep, that's kind of house. So that is perfect to me. It has a good old wraparound porch. I know they have a plenty of houses actually right around the corner that looks just like this. And I have literally been eyeing them. I've just been eyeing them hard. You all don't understand. Okay, so let's just tear this piece out just for right now. Okay, and so let's write down. Let's go through this some more. How do we want our house to look? How do we want our house to look? What type of house do we want? You put all of that down. You put your entire vision down, and you work on to whatever plan that you want to do. Okay. Also, I'm going to cut this out. This is also for traveling. Okay. It's your vacation where you can be who you... Wait a minute. It's your vacation where you can be you. Okay. Cut that out. Cut that out. This is all a vision board. It's nothing about... It's just designing, writing your blueprint, creating the blueprint that you want in life, and making it come to life. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And so that is what we're doing. Okay. So I am going to show you all the finishing touches. I think I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut this out. Okay? Because I'm going to post this. I absolutely am. Okay? I have a vision of this. The inside of this house is actually gorgeous. But I'm already building the living room view that I want right now with my furniture that I'm buying. So, and you put a room full of memories. You want to make memories, okay? Create the memories. Let them come to action. Let them come to life. You are in destiny of creating your own destiny and bringing whatever you want to your life. So that is what we're gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna be focusing on, and we're not gonna let anything get in the way. Right? We're not gonna let anything get in the way. Listen, in life be life, and it's gonna throw us many twists and turns. But the key is that we don't give up, and the key is that we keep going until we continue to do what we want to do. We are the authors and the creators of our own life. And I am so excited. Nobody has to control us. We're in control of our own destiny with God. I can do all things. I can do all things in God. Like, and once we remember that, once we tell who else, look. I want to tap into this world, but make it into wine, right? Who do they have? One of my favorite chefs. Carla Hall. Carla Hall is one of my favorite girls. I'm also going to have my Aunt Edna on here. She was a queen in the culinary world. Aunt Edna Lewis. I'm going to give you a pic. I'm going to actually put her picture on here as well. But this is simply it. Write it down, make it plain. And we're going to put it up on, I'm going to actually put it in my kitchen. Okay? I'm going to put it in my kitchen so I can, when I go in my kitchen daily, I can look in my kitchen as a reminder of where, or I might put it in my dining room. I think that I'm going to, when I'm, for right now, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. Okay? But this is what we have, okay? Okay, now that I have those bases down, I'm going to glue those down, and then I'm going to show you, I will just record a reel, because this is, with it being live, it's going, the internet is playing tricks on us right now. But, I'm going to, like I said, I'll show you all the final touches when I'm done, and I'm going to upload this and actually add it to the end of it. And I am so excited for this year. So tomorrow, if you all can remember, well, I did have a few ladies who reached out and said that they wanted to do the challenge with me. And I am so excited. So I'm going to be giving you all a call throughout the weekend. And we are also going to be doing this together. Also, how you can help me with this challenge is supporting my business. Like I said, as you all know, I am rebuilding my life all over again, and I'm excited this time about rebuilding my life. But I also need the support I need the support of my followers, support of my community, of supporting my store. I will be actually posting my store up. My store is actually Farmacy.com/love story. Farmacy.com/love story is my website. Okay. And you all can support it there. Again, I will be showing my products should be in this upcoming week. I'm looking at it. I think it will be here by Monday. So as soon as it comes in, of course, I'm going to do a live. But we're going to commit to doing a live every single day. And we're going to do meditation together every single day. So mark your calendars. I'm going to remind you tonight. And I'm also going to post in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning, meditation and mimosa. Okay? Time. So with that being said, I hope that you all have an amazing, we'll just start off with meditations. We'll do meditations, okay? So, I hope that you all are having have an amazing evening. You all be safe. I'm gonna, like I said, I'll show you all at the end what this is going to look like. I'm so excited. Happy New Year. Let's bring it all in together and help each other win in an amazing way.